right, welcome to the Wiley Manager Crash Course, where we give you a bit of a sneak peek into the topics that we covered off on the full-length version of the podcast. And on this week's show, Bob, we talked time and priority management.
We did, yeah. We start by why time and priority management often doesn't work, right? Which throws a lot of people off, especially all the people selling time and priority management stuff on the internet.
And then we do give them 5 keys that we think will help them improve their time and priority management. Maybe today we'll just, in the crash course, go through what each of those 5 is. And if they have an interest, then come and check out the full-length version.
Yep, sounds good. All right. Well, number 1 is understand where your time currently is being allocated. You need to audit your time. And I'm suggesting you do this by tracking your time for a 2-week period. And we've got some various tools that we can help you to do that, but you really need to understand where your current time goes. For me, I like to redo this once a year just so I can continually try to improve this part of my game.
All right, so you track what you're currently doing. What's next?
Number 2 is be aware of your time wasters. So hopefully that comes right out of your time, self-audit. Is that, okay, well, wow, I had no idea I spent 8 hours a week at the water cooler, right? Or,
on email.
16 hours a week on email.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so that helps you identify what those time wasters are. Hopefully, you can put a bit of action plan in place to try and reduce those wasted efforts. And then the third of the 5 keys.
Well, that's to identify your true priorities and set goals. And the problem that most people have when they do this is they identify their top 75 priorities for the month, right? And it just doesn't work that way, right? You need to figure out what your top 3 to 7 things are, and then set goals around achieving those few important things, and then let the less important things simply fall away.
All right, so you understand what the few are, then you got to plan the tasks in order to get those few things done, which is number 4.
Yep. Number 4 is, again, plan your activities in to achieve those goals. So again, rather than let your schedule happen to you, you need to schedule those top priorities into your schedule and let all the other stuff feed in around it, right? So quite often what people do is they say, yeah, I need to sit and think about my business for an hour. I got to think about this project or this thing or whatever. So when I get a spare hour, I'll do that. Well, that just isn't going to happen, right? Unless you get up at 3 a.m. It's just not going to happen. So you need to figure out ways to get your priorities scheduled in first.
And the 5th one, I've been meaning to procrastinate all day. I just can't seem to get around to it.
Yeah. Well, and this is exactly it. So part of it is just the self-discipline around getting things done. So procrastination is a huge problem for many, many people, but you need to take the initiative to overcome that. Try to figure out maybe why you're procrastinating. We talk about this in a bit more depth in the full-length podcast.
So there you go, your 5 keys to improve your time and priority management. And as Bob mentions, if you have an interest in this topic, please go pull the full-length version of the show, either off of our website, wileymanager.com, or you can also find that on iTunes.
You betcha.
All right, Bob. Talk to you next time.
See you then.